So far in 2026, the St. Louis Cards have defied the odds. Literally. On opening day, sportsbooks had the Redbirds at the bottom of the barrel in terms of World Series and division odds, but 60 games in, one of the youngest teams in the show has simply refused to let go of the rope. St. Louis is healthily above 500 and remains competitive in one of, if not the toughest division in the Bigs. So how is this band of greenhorns getting the job done? First things first, the unfireable man was finally fucking fired. John Mozeliak is now the Cardinals' ex-GM, so naturally the team has its first spark of life since the inexplicable firing of Mike Schill, fresh off his third straight playoff appearance. But for the sake of staying on course, I'll save that talk for another day. When it comes to the success of the 2026 Cardinals, most will be quick to mention J.J. Weatherholt or Jordan Walker, maybe even Alec Burleson. But the real MVP thus far has been the entire starting rotation. This ragtag group of no-names, all under the age of 28 by the way, they've been rock fucking solid. Even Mike Liebertor was out there dealing against the Cubs on Sunday night. Guys are stepping up across the board. In this modern era of pitch clocks and universal DHs, having all 5 starting pitchers with ERAs under 5 is just about all you can ask for. The bullpen's been pretty shaky at times, but whatever. As long as the starters keep doing what they've been doing, this team's going to have a chance. From where I'm sitting, Dusty Blake deserves a freaking raise. Now we move on to the bats. I really don't want to be a buzzkill. Truly, I don't. But the Cards' average with runners in scoring position must be addressed. This is something Cards fans are all too familiar with. For the last decade plus, it seemed like this team couldn't get a base hit with a runner in position if their lives freaking depended on it. Even with the bases juiced and no outs, it seems like they'd always find a way to come up with only one run, at best. This year the team's finally winning, but Cards naysayers will point to that triple deuce RISP average and calmly remind you that this winning ain't gonna last. And that's honestly a solid point because it really is tough to keep winning when base runners make your team average fall off a fucking cliff. Hard to see how the Cards are going to keep pace with a team like the Brewers, whose RISP average is a whopping 70 percentage points higher. It's quite a spread. As bad as those RISP numbers are, there's still a lot to be optimistic about in the batter's box. Rookie J.J. Weatherholt clearly belongs in the show, and his batting average keeps climbing. It's going to be really fun to watch him develop. Alec, Mr. Reliable Burleson, he's still out there doing his thing too. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'd really love to see Burleson finish the season hitting like 315 or higher. Make that jump from really solid player to potential all-star, year in and year out. Speaking of potential perennial all-stars, how about that Jordan Walker guy? Top 30 in home runs, ribbies, and OPS. Love to see it. Not only that, but with each game he plays, I feel more and more confident that his average isn't going to take a nosedive and finish the season hitting like 210. Month to month, Walker's been about as consistent as you can get, hitting somewhere between 285 and 295, like clockwork. Just like with Burleson, I'd love to see him finish the year over 300, somewhere in the 310s to be exact. But with all the run production Walker gives us, I'd be more than happy with anything over 285. He just needs to prove that the years of him flirting with the Mendoza line are a distant memory never to return. Also excited to see what this Nelson Velasquez guy can do. In the 3 games since being called up, he's hitting 375 with 1 home run and 3 RBIs. I'll take it. He's been around for a while, but he's still really young, so that could be huge if he's finally figured it out at the plate. He's one of those guys who's just exciting to watch. I feel like he's going to hit a homer every time he swings the bat. I like Ivan Herrera, and Mason Wynn's okay with me, but aside from that, I'm really looking forward to seeing Cards brass move on from guys like Nolan Gorman, Fermin, and Victor Scott. Just please find me some bottom-of-the-lineup hitters that aren't automatic outs. For the love of God, I beg you.
That's how you gonna beat him, but keep underestimating.